6, 7 years ago, I joined the Hearts in Motion Food Ministry. There was a gentleman come up to me just a few weeks ago, and he said, "You don't remember me, do you?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry. I recognize the face, but I don't remember you." And this guy was just smiling from ear to ear, and just I swear he was glowing. And he said, I heard about this place 4 or 5 months ago, and I walked all the way up here from Oakland Road and 12th Street because I wanted to see for myself that more than just food was being given out here. He said, "I wanted to help, and you put me to work." He said, "When we're all done, I didn't have a ride to get back, and you loaded me down with food, so you gave me a ride home." He said, "When we got to my place, he said, you reached in your pocket and you gave me all the money you had in your pocket." He said, "You didn't know that I was on drugs. I had lost my home. I had lost my wife. I had lost everything. And I was on probation, and I was breaking my probation." He said, "Because of your love that you showed me and the others showed me at the food ministry," he said, "the next day," he said, I decided I had to get me some of that love. I had to know where that was coming from, and had to know and see it and feel it." He said, so he went in and turned himself in the next morning to his probation officer. Went back to jail. He had 90 days left on his probation. He went back to jail, got into a drug rehab, and turned himself around with God's help, and came out a believer and happy he had done what he had done to change his life. So he come back to tell me that. It was pretty amazing. He said, "Well, the day I got out of jail, God gave me a new truck." And he said, the next day, God gave me a job. He said, a couple months later, my wife came back to me, or took me back. So it was a couple of weeks after that, he came back and he had his wife with him. And he said, "We don't need any food." He said, "I'm working." And he said, "We don't need any food." But he said, my wife had to come and see what it was that changed me. And that's what it is. I mean, the food ministry is a box of food if that's all you got and that's all that you want to give. But when you take on God's love, you have to be prepared to go so much further and care so much deeper. That's how God's love has changed me.